I'm not really a critic. That gets a lot of people made fun of on YouTube, doesn't it? Hmm. But I'm going to do it anyway.
Psychopathic killer in the summertime. Psychopathic killer, oh yeah, oh yeah. Psychopathic killer in the summertime.
That was possibly the worst intro song I could have chosen. We'll just move along. Okay, I know my hair sucks, we'll just deal with it. I'm gonna start reviewing stuff on YouTube because I'm bored. And to start, I'm gonna start with something I know. God, my hair bothers me. I'm looking at it right now as I record this, and it looks like I'm wearing a mop on my head that's dirty, and I'll have to... Anyway, this book, Rorschach Text. See, now, this is probably my favorite book ever, and I recommend you all read it, and I'm now going to tell you why. You see, a lot of people were probably saying on YouTube, or anywhere really, that imagination is dead. Well, this book is a pretty good argument that that's not true. This is probably one of the most imaginative books I've read in a very long time. And look, let's just talk about the plot. This starts out with a guy who has amnesia, doesn't remember who he is. It's a bit of a cliche opening, so bear with me. So you open with Mr. Amnesia, and he goes to his psychologist because he's left a message for himself just in case he has this amnesia attack, because evidently it's happened before. So he goes to his psychologist, and his psychologist diagnoses him, tells him he's got this weird disease, and that also the important thing is that before he had this amnesia attack, I guess, he's set up this thing that's going to send him letters to himself that he wrote earlier, and that his psychologist says he should under no circumstances read any of these letters. And he gets home, and there's a letter sitting there, and obviously he forgets, reads it, and the first thing it says is everything your psychologist told you is wrong. You know, doubting psychology and having an insane lead character is also not anything new, but so at this point in the game it might not be looking like it's anything really original. I mean, you've just got, an amnesiac main character who's got suspicions of psychology. One, I've never heard that before, right? Well, that's kind of where this book starts to get a little abnormal. You see, the explanation for his amnesia is that there's a conceptual shark, a shark that lives in thoughts, that's eating his memories. Yeah. I'll admit a concept that's just that weird is probably difficult to actually manage, but Stephen Hall manages to pull it off expertly. He kind of gets a synergy between, let's see, I would say The Matrix, Memento, and Jaws all kind of rolled up into one little packet of awesome. And the way he does that is by where Stephen Hall really shines in this is his plot duality. It's also, throughout the whole book, it's possible that the main character is just crazy, or that this stuff is actually happening. Also, another good thing is actually what's indicated by the title. Those of you who are smart or are really good at detecting things that sound similar may have noticed that this sounds like Rorschach test. That's that inkblot test. And Stephen Hall himself has said that's kind of what this book is, because it's got elements of all kinds of different stories. There's kind of a romance backstory, there's a psychological novel, as I've pointed out. It's very kind of like, action, adventure, fishing. But the point is, whatever you're looking for when you read the novel is probably what you're going to focus on the most. I myself love psychological stuff, so when I read this book, I read it as a psychological novel. I'm sure if you like romance aspects, you could probably focus more on the romance between some of the characters. And if you really like the fishing, well, I'd suggest you go watch a fishing show, but I guess you could focus on some of the fish in this, maybe. The book also has a lot of textual images. Oh, I probably should have found those before I started filming. This was very poorly planned on my part. I really should just YouTube. Here, the book contains a sketch, a kind of almost a flip book here, of when the shark is chasing him. I'm not sure if you can actually see this very well, but see there. It actually kind of makes it seem like the shark is swimming at you, and then I kind of flipped to it too fast. But at the very end, it kind of attacks him there, and then he's getting pulled to the surface of the water, so the line of text kind of moves down the page. Those of you who read the classic, or what I consider a classic, House of Leaves, will probably recognize some similarities in the weird way the text is laid out to kind of represent what's happening. Not that I mean to imply that Stephen Hall is in any way ripping off Mark Danielewski's novel. I mean, they're pretty much totally different, except for the fact that they're really weird. And on that note, if you really liked House of Leaves, which I loved that book, you will probably like this book too. It's along that same line of being cerebral and weird, but still being awesome. And again, I know the Raw Shark Text isn't a new book by any means. I was reading this my junior year of high school, and I'm currently a freshman in college, so it's been around for a while. But I kind of wanted to review something I knew, because I figured if I tried to do anything else, I might end up like that Brutal Legend review kid. What is he, like, Trent Gamer? I really don't want to be like that. I really don't want to be wearing lab tech safety goggles and dissing games with weird speech impediments and getting yelled at by YouTube. It kind of scares me. Okay, so that's it for my review for now. I know it was kind of short, but again, this is my first try, so please try to be nice when you all bash me. I'm really trying hard. For watching a lot. Hopefully there'll be more of these to come. And my roommate is in the room, so I'm not bothering him. And thank you for watching. Oh, and if those of you are wondering what my shirt is, it's actually Coheed and Cambria, because they're my favorite band ever. I guess you guys can make fun of me for that, or praise me for that if you like them. So, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go do something productive, like play guitar with the pick that I have lying right here.
Psychopathic killer in the summertime. Psychopathic killer, oh yeah, oh yeah.